Brandon here. Time for more SexxxPerTease. Today's question is it a bad idea to reach out to my struggling ex? Well, I feel like if you are keeping tabs on your ex, you clearly are still thinking about them. I mean, I've been guilty of this too, even as a Scorpio. It's like necessarily it doesn't mean like I want them back, but it's just like you are thinking about them. But I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with like checking in on what your ex is up to, unless you're like in a new relationship. It's definitely like probably not a good thing to do. But I also think if your ex did really hurt you, like, and you haven't been in touch and you see they're doing badly, so maybe you do feel bad for them and you wanted to see what's going on, or maybe you just want to be nosy and see like how'd you end up in this situation. But it's definitely a sign you are still thinking about them. But I do think that for some of us, it's not like when you break up with someone, it's not just like they're fully just dead to you. It's like you do like this, you were once in love with this person, you did envision like a future with them, you did have strong feelings for them. So I feel like once I love someone at a certain point, like I'm always going to have love for you, and if it's like I'm not necessarily in love with you anymore. So I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing that you are just thinking about them. But I don't know. I just feel like if you reach out to someone you know is struggling, it's like, are you offering to help them? Like, what are your intentions to reach out to them for? Are you just going to be nosy to feel like what's going on? Are you actually trying to offer them help and support? Do you secretly want them back? Are you enjoying the fact that they're suffering and not doing well at the moment? It's like you have to really think first, like, okay, if I were to reach out to my ex, what is the point? Like, if you see they're struggling and you say like, hey, I just wanted to check on you, I see you're having a bad time, it's like, I don't know, I feel like you would need to be offering some sort of like service. Like, if you're not gonna give them any money or like help them out, I'm like, what is the point of reaching out to them? Like, just keep following online. Like, I've seen some of my exes doing bad and I'm definitely enjoying reading up on it, but reaching out to them I don't think would benefit me in any way. Well, at least I can't reach out, they're in jail. But I guess you can write people others in jail, but I don't want to be a fucking jail pen pal. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be waiting for you on the outside. Like, I just feel like I want to be nosy and be like, what actually happened? It's like I'm reading about your court cases online, but like, what actually happened? What is your side of the story? But I think it's just me being nosy. So I feel like you have to just think, like, again, I don't want to help him, so what is the point of reaching out? I just want to know for my own benefit, like, what was going through your mind when you thought that this was okay to do this, and now you're in jail, like, in and out of jail. So, like, if your ex is struggling, I do think, like, unless you're planning to help him out, then I don't really see the point of actually reaching out. Like, yeah, you can feel empathetic because you were once in love with this person, but again, you moved on, and there's a reason why you haven't talked to him in a long time, and maybe it's just karma that they're getting what they deserve and struggling now while you're thriving. So, well, hopefully thriving. But yeah, I just don't necessarily see the point of reaching out to an ex unless you have an intention behind it. Like, if you don't want to get back with them or you don't want to help them, it really kind of would feel like, it could be feel like putting salt in the wound. It's like, oh look, I'm already struggling and here comes my ex to like waste my time or kick me when I'm down. So unless you are offering them some sort of assistance, I really just don't see the point of why you would need to reach out to them. Like, sorry. And then a lot of people, you must be an air sign too. Air signs never want to let their exes go. They want to stay in touch with their exes forever. Like, I do not like that. Once we break up, we break up. But I guess after years or so, we can maybe be friends or chat here and there. But if you see like they're struggling, it's like, that's not really, I don't necessarily think that's the best time to try to reconnect and try to like rebuild a relationship with your ex, is when you know they're struggling or having a rough time in life, because they could see it as like, ooh, maybe this is my sign that I should have taken them back and that life will get better when we get together, and my life just went bad because I broke up with them. And then, yeah, I just think it's gonna stir up possible feelings for them, especially if they're single again and they're struggling, that like you're reaching out to them as a sign to get back together and then their life will improve. So I kind of feel like, yeah, I just don't really think that it's a good idea, but then again, I also am the type that's like, just leave our exes in the past. But then as we get older, it does feel like you don't always have endless options. So maybe you are feeling nostalgic for a relationship of your that is gone and ended badly. So you do want to reach out, but I do feel like unless you're testing the waters to see if you want to get back together, I don't see the point of getting back with an ex. I also don't see the point of reaching out when they're down because they're probably going to ask for a handout, and I am not trying to do that. So I would say leave the past in the past unless you do want to help them out and maybe your ex is going to need a place to stay. Then moving back, and then suddenly you're living together, and then it's like someone being down on their luck doesn't make them a better partner. That's usually when people are more angry and bitter and resentful. So I don't necessarily think that is a good time to even try to reconnect, because a lot of people say when a guy's broken, struggling, is when he's like the meanest. So I don't think that's your sign to like rekindle things with your ex, to be like, they're struggling, let me help them out, be their guardian angel, let me go save them. Like, and then guess what? Like, they get back on their feet and then they could just be toxic again, and then you remember why you broke up in the first place, or they like, you helped them when they were down and then they like cheat on you in your place that you let them move into. Like, I just see way more bad coming from this situation than good. Maybe there's me being pessimistic, but again, you have to think, why did you break up? Why are they struggling? How long have you been broken up? So again, don't reach out to your ex unless you're trying to go out on a date again. And then if you know they're struggling, like, I guess if they're struggling health-wise, it's different. Like, if you see they're dying, but like, I just assumed struggling was like financially, career-wise. But I do think, okay, maybe you see they are like sick or something and you once loved them, you want to reach out, then maybe that's okay. But if they're financially struggling or like in and out of jail or like something, yeah, I would leave it alone. But if you see they're struggling like a health issue, then maybe you should reach out, since you don't know how much time they have left and you want to just let them know that you're thinking of them and you care. So that's definitely a different situation. So maybe there are some instances where it's okay to reach out to your ex if they're struggling, just not financially. Thanks for joining me for this episode of SexxxPerTease.